I am here at the 2015 World Championship Finals in Berlin, and standing next to me is a very tall man named Veigar, which has a striking resemblance to a champion name. Veigar, is Veigar like your handle, or is that your name? What's the deal there?
That is my real first name.
Okay. So how did this happen? Did Riot just hear about your name and then they just decided to steal it?
No, I worked at Riot for about 5 years, and at one point I came up with this idea for a champion. It was a Viking, and I pitched it to one of the designers there, and he mentioned it to Tom Cadwell, the VP of design, and his reaction was, Veigar's a pretty good name for a champion. And so he asked me whether they could use it, and I figured, yeah, sure, why not? At the time we were, I think, not even in beta. Wasn't really sure whether it was ever going to matter. So they attached it to a small little, it was actually a caster at the time, a melee caster. And that went on to become Veigar. And then later on, some of the ideas, like the axe throw from the Viking I came up with, went on to become Olaf.
So Veigar's not a very English name, I guess I would say. I've never met another person named Veigar. What is the background of that name?
It's Icelandic, although it's still rare for an Icelandic name.
Okay. So it's a super rare Icelandic name.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I looked it up in the phone book, and there's 5.
So do you feel like it's a little strange that you are a very tall Icelandic man, very manly from what I can tell, and then there is a small little mage character named after you?
I think Tom got a real kick out of that.
Okay. So it's an ironic thing.
Yeah.
So do you still work at Riot?
No, I left about 2 years ago.
Okay. But you're here at World Championships?
Yep. Wouldn't miss it.
Okay. So still a fan of the game?
Oh yeah, it's great. I love coming out to these events.
And, obviously, League is so big now, probably much bigger than you ever assumed it would be when you were working there before the game came out into beta even. Do people hear your name and ever be like, is that the League of Legends champion?
Yeah, I get that a fair amount. Sometimes people give me weird looks when I introduce myself. A lot of times they actually just assume that Veigar's my handle or that I named myself after the champion.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can be a bit weird.
Yeah. Has there ever been a fan or anything like that that's ever met you and been wait, how did this end up happening, and you have to explain or anything?
Yeah, one time I got a date with a girl through a dating app, and literally the first thing she said to me was, so wait a minute, what's the deal with your name? Because there's a champion in League of Legends named Veigar, right? How did you spoof your Facebook profile to get that name? So that was interesting.
Yeah. That's a funny circumstance. Have you ever cosplayed Veigar?
No, I've never done it.
Would you ever consider that?
I don't know if I can pull it off because of my height.
Yeah. That's such a tragic situation. Your name is Veigar. You can't even cosplay the champion.
It's really tragic.
Well, is there anything that you would like to say to any of the fans out there? I give this opportunity to players or whatever, but anything you want to say about your experience here at World Championships or about Riot or anything like that?
I mean, Worlds just keeps getting better year after year, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Well,
thank you, Veigar, so much for the interview. It's nice to meet the original Veigar, even though I've secretly known him for a while. Thank you so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things Worlds at GameSpot.com/LOL.